Does your roof look like this? Or like this? Have you been up there lately? Because if it does, you have a problem. You see, what's cooking in your kitchen could be ruining your roof. The fans that ventilate your kitchen carry grease up to your roof, and that grease ultimately seeps through the ventilator and spills out onto the roof, and that's the problem. Grease buildup is a severe fire hazard. It's also an environmental hazard and can be a safety code violation. It eats away at your roof, which eats up your profits, because roofs can cost thousands of dollars to repair or replace. So grease is definitely a problem you can't afford to ignore.
My name is John Weiler. I'm with a company called Here's Wings. We're a Buffalo Wild Wings franchisee, and we have opened up 3 Buffalo Wild Wings restaurants in the last couple of years. And with 9 fryers in each of our stores, grease is a definite problem that we have to deal with.
I manage 9 different Burger Kings. We're re-imaging 4 of them. We put new roofs on, and to take care of the roofs properly, we needed to invest into a different solution for grease containment on our roofs. We spend up to $19,000 on a new roof. We want it taken care of. We don't want grease on our roof.
I supervise 5 different restaurants, and we needed to find a solution to eliminate the grease buildup that we were having on the roofs. So we shopped around, looked at several different products, and found that your containment system was the best.
Omni Containment Systems has designed and patented the Grease Gutter, the next generation in rooftop grease control products. There have been many products that have attempted to solve the problem of grease containment over the years. However, most have been ineffective or so difficult to maintain that they're ignored. These poorly designed devices will often cause more damage to a roof because they trap grease and water between the unit and the roof. The Grease Gutter products are designed to catch grease before it hits the roof. They're installed directly to the fan curb, off the roof, and out of the way, allowing rooftop service providers to service the fan without having to stand on the unit. But don't worry, service personnel can't harm the Grease Gutter. It's made from the highest quality V0 polymers and can stand up to even the most rugged treatment. The Grease Gutter has been designed to address all aspects of rooftop grease containment. It provides a practical solution to a common problem and is saving restaurant owners the unwanted expense of costly roof repairs.
Seems to be working like a charm. We haven't seen any grease leakage at all on the roof. So we're really happy we made that choice.
We have our filters changed on a regular basis, and realizing how important it is to keep the roof free of all grease, we're very, very happy with the results.
It's a better product, it's easier to maintain, it's more economical, it's not on my roof. It's better than my previous grease containment system.
Once you're on the rooftop, open the box and remove the gutter lengths and corner sections. Place the lengths and corners around the base of the fan. If necessary, cut the trough lengths to the width of the fan curbing. Use a suitable saw or sawzall for cutting PVC. On occasion, it may be necessary to mount the grease gutter underneath obstructions, such as electrical switch boxes or a hinge kit. Remember, the main objective is to mount the unit in a location that will catch the flow of grease from the fan and keep the grease from reaching the roof. If you have to mount the grease gutter below an obstruction, it is essential to run a bead of sealant at the top of the gutter flashing. Before you begin the installation, it's important to thoroughly clean the fan curb so that the sealant will adhere properly. Now it's time to assemble the first trough and corner. Slide a trough length into a corner until it stops. Then apply a generous amount of sealant to the back of this assembly. Hold the assembly together and tuck it under the fan base. Once you have it positioned, fasten the first self-tapping screw through the overlapping areas of the trough and corner. Next, level the trough and fasten it to the fan curb, leaving at least 8 inches for mounting the next corner. Now, assemble another trough and corner, making sure the trough makes contact with the very edge of the corner. Again, apply sealant to the back of the entire assembly. Slide the corner into the trough that is fastened to the fan curb and make sure it's all the way in. Place a screw in the overlapping corner section to hold it in place. Then level the assembly and screw it to the fan curb, again, leaving at least 8 inches for the next corner. Continue this process with the remaining troughs and corners until the grease gutter is completely installed, level to the curb under the fan base. Don't worry about applying too much sealant on the trough flashing. The sealant will ensure that no grease will seep behind the unit after installation. Also, be sure that all the screws are evenly spaced around the unit so that thermal expansion is reduced. After all the troughs and corner sections are installed around the fan, you may want to use the remaining sealant to seal off the drainage holes and seams under the heaviest discharge areas of the fan. This will help to prevent leaks. However, do not seal off all the drainage holes because the system will not drain properly. Installing the Omni boom absorbent is easy, but there are a few important points to remember. You will want to lay one end of the boom on the opposite side of the discharge spout, so you don't have a seam underneath the spout. Push it flat in the trough. Make sure to push the boom into the corners too, so it makes contact with the corner walls. As you install the boom around the gutter, continue to push it to the bottom of the trough. This is very important. The boom must make contact with the bottom and the corner walls of the trough. Otherwise, grease might get past the boom and spill out on the roof. There will probably be some overlap in the boom, so you'll need to cut it. Make the cut so the two ends butt up together tightly. To make a clean cut, simply pinch the boom and push back the filling on either end of the pinch point. Then, secure a zip tie on both sides of the pinch point so you can make a clean cut in the middle without the absorbent media spilling out. Once this is done and the two ends are butted together, simply reinstall the 4 corner caps and you're finished. The Omni grease gutter booms are hydrophobic. This means they are made to absorb grease while repelling water. The skin is made of a stretchable polyester that is both UV protected and fire retardant. The absorbent media, or filler, is designed to help grease migrate around the entire boom. Many of our competitors' filters allow grease to pool under the discharge spout because they don't do a good job of getting the grease around the entire filter. The Omni boom is designed to wick grease around the entire boom, which means it can hold more grease. Here's a quick unedited demonstration to show how the Omni boom holds grease and repels water. This is the 24-inch boom that we use in the grease gutter sidekick. It weighs about ½ a pound. This 24-inch boom has been soaking in grease and is pretty saturated. Let's put it on the scale and see how much it weighs. About 5 3/4 pounds. That means the boom is holding more than 10 times its weight in grease. Remember, the Omni boom is made from hydrophobic material, which absorbs grease while repelling water. In fact, we're going to place this grease-soaked boom in the grease gutter sidekick and douse it with water to prove our point. We've plugged one side of the trough to keep the water from running out on the table. As you can plainly see with our white towel, the water that is running off the boom is clear and clean. The grease is staying put. So even in the heaviest downpour, rainwater will simply run off the Omni boom, but it won't wash the grease out when it drains. The grease stays trapped by Omni's scientifically designed absorbent media. Now let's pull this boom back out and place it on the scale again. We poured more than a gallon of water on this boom, so if it absorbed that water, it will weigh a lot more than 5.75 pounds. There it is, around 5.85 pounds, and the water is still dripping off. So don't trust your roof to anything but the best. Use only genuine Omni boom absorbents in your grease gutter to protect your roof against the harmful effects of grease. For more information or to place an order, call Omni at 1-877-2-CONTAIN or visit omnicontainment.com.